Hello everyone, I've got some exciting news. The Tree of Religion beta version is finally finished. It's taken many years of development and several versions to get here, but I can confidently say this graphic is more comprehensive and in-depth than ever before. It's literally quadrupled in size and has hundreds of more religions nested into the leaves of the tree. Usually at this point, I would share a low resolution image online for you all to critique and give me feedback on, but this time I'm going to take a slightly different approach. My plan is to chat with professionals from different disciplines who are going to help me fine-tune this graphic and make it as accurate as possible. I'll be sharing these conversations in a YouTube series called Faithscape, where we're going to dive into all the sacred traditions that make up our world heritage. This will include religion, mythology, mysticism, and folklore, all of which form a significant part of our cultural identity. My goal is to explore these traditions with an open mind, so I'm going to set aside my own agnostic views so that I can see the world through other people's eyes. To help me out, I'll be chatting with experts such as theologians, scholars, atheists, and storytellers. Together, we'll analyse each religion on this tree, exploring their myths, customs, and traditions, whilst exploring the universal themes that unite them on a much deeper level. My goal is to find a common ground that celebrates our ethnic diversity whilst embracing our shared heritage. It's these common values which form the very fabric of this tree, and by uncovering all the collective wisdom that lies within its branches, perhaps we can start building a renewed sense of connection and understanding with one another. In a world that is currently so divided, surely that can't be such a bad thing. Now, let's take a sneak peek at version 3 of the Tree of Religion. As you can see, I've created 12 branches within the tree, which represent the 12 major regions of our planet, such as Africa, East Asia, and Oceania. This makes it easier to see how factors like geography, ethnicity, and climate can influence the development and transmission of a religion. For example, agricultural religions often emerge in fertile lands, such as Mesopotamia or Europe, while isolated areas often preserve ancient traditions, such as Arctic shamanism or the Aboriginal Dreamtime in Australia. Another feature of the tree is the side timeline, which takes us on a journey through religious history, from animistic beliefs over 100,000 years ago, all the way to the faiths that continue to shape our global culture today. At the bottom of the infographic, you'll notice numerous archaeological sites which possess cave art, burial sites, and totems. These icons provide compelling evidence for a belief in the supernatural, such as an afterlife, and it also suggests we had a connection with what we believed were higher powers or divine beings. As we move forward in time, we get to the agricultural age, which started around 10,000 years ago. During this period, people began to believe in a whole multitude of gods and goddesses who were connected to different aspects of nature, farming, and daily life. It was at this time when polytheism really took off and belief systems became more complex in a casual and relatable way. During the Bronze Age, religion started to get even more interesting. All around the world, people began to develop more organized and structured belief systems that were deeply connected to their societies and advancements. This was the time when powerful deities like the god of thunder, fertility, and war took center stage. Complex rituals, ceremonies, and religious practices also emerged, reflecting the growing sophistication of these societies. During this period, great temples and monuments were frequently built to honor these gods, and priests became essential figures in guiding the lives of their followers. Additionally, myths were handed down from one generation to the next, teaching moral values and revealing the world's mysteries. Essentially, Bronze Age traditions set the stage for the new and complex religions that would continue to influence humanity. This takes us to the Axial Age, which was between 800 BCE to 600 Common Era. During this time, scores of new religious and philosophical traditions popped up all around the world. Zoroastrianism in Persia set the stage for the monotheistic and Abrahamic faiths. This includes Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Over in India, Buddha and Krishna's teachings led to Buddhism and Hinduism, both focusing on spiritual enlightenment and self-improvement. Meanwhile in China, Confucianism emerged with its emphasis on virtue and social harmony, alongside Taoism, which is all about balance and living in harmony with nature. At the same time, indigenous belief systems like Native American Indian traditions were evolving in the Americas, blending animism, shamanism, and a deep respect for the natural world. The Axial Age was a turning point for the growth of diverse religious and philosophical thought worldwide, all sharing a common pursuit of understanding, spiritual growth, and connection with something greater. In the past 1,000 years, we've seen existing religions expand and new spiritual movements emerge. Take Sikhism, for instance, which started in the 15th century and emphasizes the unity of God and the equality of all people. More recently, we've seen modern paganism grow, including Wicca in Europe, Theosophy in the US, and Brazilian spiritualism in South America. All these modern traditions mix various religions and philosophical ideas, often focusing on personal development and well-being. Even with some societies becoming more secular, religion still plays a huge role in many people's lives today. It shapes our values, traditions, and culture, giving us a sense of belonging, meaning, and purpose. So my hope is that by exploring the faiths and beliefs within this graphic, we can learn to appreciate the incredible diversity of human spirituality and recognize the common threads that connect all of us. So there you have it, a quick overview of the Tree of Religion version 3. As I mentioned at the beginning of this discussion, this infographic is still in the beta testing stage, so don't expect to see it for sale just yet. I want to ensure that it's still as accurate as possible before I launch it on a website. For now, I'll be sharing videos on each branch, including all the religions nested within it. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey. If you want to learn more about the Tree of Religion, then consider following me on Patreon, where I share all my content on myths, archetypes, and ancient traditions. And remember to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Stay curious, myth seekers, and I'll see you in the next episode.